Hey everybody, it's been a year since I started modding games as Picospace, and I wanted to celebrate with a summer modding contest. Now, I've been mainly modding Spaceflight Simulator with custom part packs, but I'm opening up the contest to three additional rocket build and fly games, which are Kerbal Space Programs 1 and 2, along with Juno New Origins. Mainly because Juno New Origins doesn't have a lot of mods, and apparently it's moddable, so I'm interested to see what people can do. So, what is this contest, you ask? Well, it's a contest to make the best mod you can in the next 2 months, from August 1st until September 30th. As for what can be submitted, well, it does need to be a new mod. In other words, a mod that you haven't made before or you're not upgrading, etc. But also, more importantly, it does have to follow a theme. And the theme for this contest is unique. That pretty much opens to a lot of stuff, but I just didn't want 50 submissions of engines that all look the same. So, how you determine unique is, that's up to you, but unique can be new custom parts, celestial objects, new gameplay elements. Basically, try to add something into the game that doesn't already exist, or if you are trying to make something that, has parts that are already in the game, or maybe somebody else has made a mod, you're taking your own unique approach to it and providing that neat category. Now, before I get into how to submit to this contest and everything like that, I do want to go over some quick FAQs. I'm doing them here because last time I ran a contest like this and I put the FAQs at the end, not many people watch that, and then they ask me those FAQ questions. If you do have questions that aren't covered in the FAQ, please leave them in the comments of the video below, and I'll answer them there. And that way, people who watch the video can then go to the comments and see all the answers, so we're not having to spread everybody around. So while the contest is unique and I want to leave it as open as possible, I did want to give some guidance to help me and the judges, but also you come up with the best mods possible. So, first thing I want to say is quality over quantity. In other words, yes, if you're going to make a part pack and it has five amazing parts in it, it's going to definitely beat out a part pack that has 40 so so parts in it. Same thing can be said about somebody making, say, a planetary system. Yes, it's cool that you made this planetary system, but if your, say, gas giant has 40 moons, there's no way the judges and I are going to check out all 40 of them. We'll check out possibly one or two. And if they are sort of so so, well, that's what your score is going to represent. Rather, perhaps making a smaller system with more detailed planets or detailed parts, etc., or more unique parts that can do neat things is probably going to get you a higher score in the judging than just a large mod with a lot of stuff in it. Because we only have a limited amount of time to review all this stuff, and at a first glance, we won't know what to look at or what not to look at in terms of like where is the, you know, d'etre of the mod. The second thing I wanted to say about your mods is make sure that they fit into the stock game. This is important because part of our scoring is how likely are we going to keep it installed. And while yes, I've seen some very amazing mods that aren't super stockish, the reality is that a lot of people won't end up playing those, and therefore their playability score will be a lot lower. This also goes for mods that, don't support other mods. Like you do want to have your mods support the common mods that people are getting. And a good example of that is, say, if you make a planet, make sure it has like Eve or Scat or something like that, so that it has those configs so that it looks good. And if you do decide that you want to mod Kerbal Space Program 2, definitely make sure that your mods are as lightweight as possible so that they don't absolutely crunch the frame rates. This is something you're definitely going to want to test, maybe share around with some other people to get their feedback, because it doesn't take a lot for Kerbal Space Program 2 to suddenly go from like 30 frames per second down to 1. You have been warned, but I'm still very hopeful that we'll at least get one KSP2 mod in this whole thing. To make this fair to everybody and to make sure that we get quality mods, people can only enter in once. Now, if you do have a team of people, each person in that team could theoretically enter their own mod, or if you have a team of three people, the team of three people could enter three mods. If they each individually use their own email as sort of the team captain, because I'm only going to give the money to the team captain. It's up to the team captain to sort of disperse that in his team. That's up to you guys. I'm not involved in that at all. I'm going with, you have people help you, that's great, but it's up to you to ensure that they are also rewarded for their efforts. And if you don't reward them for helping you, then I think you missed the spirit of this contest. So, how do you enter? Well, in the description below, there's a link to a submission form. And in that submission form, you will provide the information like your name, your email, a link to a form page with your mod development in there. Yes, in order to enter this contest, you have to create a form post in whatever development form your game has. I'll have links in the description to where those development forms are, where you can post about where your mod is. This is what people would normally do when they're making a mod. The reason that we're going with this is simply because one, then we can track how your mod development is going. We can put update videos as to how everyone is doing as they update their mods towards the deadline. But also it ensures that that solves sort of the problem of having us try to track down people who are doing things that they probably shouldn't be doing. Because at the end of the day, if they're posting it there, then everyone knows it's there, and anyone who sees that, something squirrely is going on, they can comment there and we can see it and then say, oh, okay, well, we might have to account for that. So that's what we're doing, and that's how that's going to go. You can enter into the contest anytime in August, but once September rolls around, that's it. Everyone who's in is in, and everyone else, you have a month left to make your mod, and you have to post at least one update or an update of your mod by September 1st. And this is just to show that, yes, you are working on it. This is going to allow the judges and I to figure out who's actually in it to win it and who sort of maybe thought it was a good idea, but then didn't do anything about it. And this is useful for us to plan out our time for when we're judging, who's judging what game, and how much effort and do we need extra judges. At the start of October, we're going to be downloading the mods from the various forum posts, so whatever the latest update is, and then we're going to be testing those mods to see how they go. And we will be scoring them based on our super secret scoring method that we probably should tell you, which I'm going to pull up right now. Subject to change because, well, we're still kind of half working on it. So we're going to have scoring in 5 areas. And basically, it's going to go like this: follows the contest theme. Basically, does it wow us? Is it unique? Is it something that we think is special that's added something to the game? Or is it more of the same sort of stuff that we've seen in dozens of other mods? Two, stability, completeness, and performance. Did we break the mod, find the mod breaks the game, or does it not look finished? Is it glitchy? Does it reduce the game rate to like 1 frame per second? Compatibility and support of the mod. Is it compatible and support with other popular mods, or does it conflict with everything? I'm going to add some examples of this one because I know it's not as clear as some of the other ones. But example one is, if you made a capsule in KSP, did you ensure that it has something like an IVA attached to it? Does it work with connected living spaces, life support, etc., or does it sort of sit there and say, it's not gonna really work or fit with something? Example two is, if you make a planet mod, where does it fit in the system, and make sure that it doesn't intersect with other orbits, or it's not like some whacked out orbital period that ensures that it literally is almost never going to be played because it's, at like 60-degree inclination and spends 90% of its time farther away than Elu. Artistic merit and game suitability. Does it look like something that should be in the game, or does it stand out like a sore thumb? Yes, we are asking for unique mods, but these mods have to look like they fit in the game to a degree that one would look at it and not say, what the heck is that? And finally, it's gameplay value. Does this add something to the game worth keeping? AKA, is this a mod that we, the judges, feel like we're going to keep in our game after the contest is closed? Or is it something we're going to toss away as sort of a novelty? Again, we're trying to support people to make mods, but we're also trying to support people to make mods that other people will want to play with. Once the contest is done, I'll be posting a video with the top 10 entries, and I will be reaching out to the winner to arrange to have the prize sent to them. Now, as you signed up, I'll have your PayPal account email anyway, but just to make sure that you are aware that, yes, you are the winner and yes, you are receiving this money, and then confirm that you actually got it so that everyone is happy. And any other prizes that may come out of this if I get additional sponsorship. I don't think so this time round, but you never know. Some people are just as generous as I am. Which brings us to the prize. So I'm digging deep, and the prize is going to be $100 from me personally. I'm going to be sending it to somebody via PayPal because PayPal is easy. And yes, I'm Canadian, so that's $100 Canadian. Uh, so what's that? $75 US, which should be just enough to be able to take yourself out to a nice meal somewhere. Therefore, I'm very happy to say this contest is now a go, and I look forward to seeing all your submissions. And may the best modder win.